right, let's move on to the Daily Take at 1:15 as we welcome in Geraldo Rivera. The day after the election we were just talking about. Good to see you, my friend. I actually want to pick up on the conversation to some extent that I was just having with our elections analysts. They're great, by the way. DDHQ, Jeffrey Skelly was on with us about this whole idea about is there backlash to Trump in immigration enforcement. You've been outspoken about this, the how, what they're doing. And I just kept looking at the data all night in these counties where Trump had made inroads last year, particularly New Jersey. He was doing better in places where you had a high Latino population. And then last night, Mikey Sherrill, dominated there. She wiped out all those gains or inroads. What was your takeaway?
Well, it was an enormous, overt demonstration of how absolutely pissed off Latinos are about this grotesque immigration enforcement. Let me just, P.S., you guys did a great job last night. DDHQ and our whole panel, you are revolutionizing election coverage. You made the other guys look silly and slow, and I think I congratulate you.
What did you think
to my Latinos.
What did you think of Cuomo's mustache in comparison to your own, however?
I thought Cuomo's mustache was definitely a work in progress. I have to advise him that those are the kinds of things that you need a summer vacation to grow out before you debut them in public before millions of viewers.
See, Chris, this is the expert. This is
maybe he was trying for a Latino look.
Right. Well, maybe the guy with the best-known mustache on television. I just
see, which segues into my Latino report.
Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
I believe that, to me personally, all I know is, full disclosure, all I know is how my personal circle has been responding to immigration enforcement and the delight we took in the Hispanics reversing that move to Trump, going back to their own concerns and looking to people who represent them and will take care of them on an equal basis and not papers, please, arresting people at Home Depot or when they're with their children at school or when they go to their immigration hearing, they're getting arrested. It's ridiculous. It's horrible. I think that Latinos are home now. That's not to say that a Republican won't come along that can address issues that are of special concern to Latino Americans. But as of right now, I think there is a broad rejection, my sense is, a broad rejection of the president's immigration policy, and it finally had some place where it could be manifest. And it was manifest in these elections in Virginia and in New Jersey. 2/3 or more of the voters, Latino voters, came back to the Democrat. And I think that Republicans beware. There is consequence that, you can't just be tackling people and plucking them out of cars and having them, hysterically crying because the child is shoved aside. There's been some terrible, terrible things going on. My thesis is what you saw last night was Latinos saying, basta, enough of this, Connell.
Enough, or just it went too far, may have been the message to Trump. Now, what it means going forward, again, I think that's a totally separate question. It doesn't always mean that what happened this year is going to repeat itself next year, but you went too far, or you're going too far, seems to have been the message that was sent. Now, I want to talk about Mamdani. Here's how we'll do it today. This whole idea that there's going to be an exodus from New York because this guy won and will be the next mayor of New York City. I want to see what you think of that. This is an interesting article, Realtor.com, on wealthy New Yorkers preparing for a mayoral election exodus. And it talks about how there's been a luxury bidding war in the suburbs, so in like Greenwich, Connecticut or Paramus, New Jersey, phones ringing off the hook with real estate agents. They're calling it the Mamdani effect, a rush of people from Manhattan and Brooklyn in the city looking to move to the suburbs outside the city because of Mamdani. Full disclosure, I'm doing the opposite. I've lived in the suburbs now for many years, and in the process of selling my house. I can tell you that the offers are there right away. They are selling like crazy houses in the suburbs, but I'm coming back to the city, which is I'm really looking forward to.
Don't rush.
Well, no, it's already done, Geraldo. But next time I do, I'll use you as my agent. But do you believe in this Mamdani, this Mamdani effect?
Well, as a dad whose son has recently purchased a condo in the Queens, Bushwick, Brooklyn area, the borderline there. And my daughter, who's with child, as I announced inadvertently a couple of weeks ago, and her husband in the Village, downtown Manhattan. They paid an enormous premium, it seemed to me. I hope they didn't overpay in light of news events, but I have great faith in New York.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.